Hello, everyone, and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. Today, we're going to be handling our item pickups in readiness to start using items in battle. So, before we can actually do the battle of items and capturing creatures and doing all that lovely stuff, we need to create a new blueprint class. We need to be able to pick it up and put it in our inventory, right? So we're going to create a actor, and I'm going to call this item pickup BP. Now, we won't need to create loads of items. We'll do this system with just one BP. That's why I'm not calling it master, and I'm not creating children. There's just no need for it because the item technically never will exist in the world. So, what we're going to do, well, it will exist, but there won't be individual existences of that item. You could go down that route if you want to, but I won't be. I'm going to keep it very Pokemon-esque. So for this, we'll do add. We're going to add a static mesh, and we'll call this the item. And we have already an item we can actually use for this, which is our Pokeball. It's insanely massive. Whoa, that's way too big. And also not rotated correctly. I just noticed. What the hell is that pitch? Okay. And we'll set it to something like 0.5 for each, just to bring it down a notch. And then we're going to add a collision box. And we'll bring it up a bit. Oh. And we'll make it a little bit bigger so that when we step into it, it actually collides. There we go. That should do nicely. And I'm going to drag one out just to make sure it looks correct. That is clearly way too big. The box looks fine. It's just the item's definitely way too big. So let's do it to like 0.2. And then we'll just re-increase that box size. So what we need to have happen is basically for us to pick up this item and it to be added to our inventory, and then this is destroyed in the world. Now, because we're making this a sort of an MMO game, what we don't want to have happen is that to be removed for all the other players. So we don't want this to run on the server. We want this, although we want it to exist on the server, we don't want it to be destroyed on the server, if that makes sense. Because we want all the other players to also be able to grab it. So now that we've got our collision box and our items there, what we need to do now is click on the box, and we need an on begin overlap, and we also need an on end overlap. And then we're just going to pull off from the other actor and cast to third person character, like so. Plug those into both, and we're just going to get, if it's the owner, get owner of this cast. Okay, and we're going to make sure is valid. And the reason we do that is because we're basically just trying to get rid of any instances where we could pick up the item for a different player. We just don't want any mistakes to happen. And we also want to ensure we are making sure this owner is valid when we leave the box. So the reason is because we're going to promote this to a variable. We'll put that in as true. And do that. Oh, gosh. Do that there. Just to keep it all nice and neat. And we'll change this to TPC ref. So yeah, the reason we get the owner is because we don't want to remove or add the wrong third person character. We don't want to be accidentally picking up items for other players or invalidating the wrong player as well when they leave the box. Because otherwise, if we invalidate the wrong player, if there's two players in that box, one of them might not be able to pick up the item when the other one is trying to blah blah blah. You know, you get the point. So we'll get the player controller, and then we just want to enable input, and disable the input, and leave the target itself. We don't want that to be the player controller as the target. So just make sure that goes down into the player controller in the correct reference. So if we are all valid, we can enable and disable the input of the correct player. So that should be all we need to do for that. And then we just need to get the E key. I don't really make a special interaction kind of setup for these. I just use the E key. And we need to add a variable. And this is going to be a name variable. We also want to have an integer. Sorry, wrong way around. Turn that one back into a name, and then add a new variable, which is going to be type integer. The first one will be called item name, and the second one will be called quantity. And the first thing we want to do is get our item name and get data table row, and we'll plug that in there. Find the item info data table. So now we have all of our item information. Now, I'm just thinking this through. The way I did this, the reason I did this was because for mine, I have specific slots for different things. So like you probably saw the setup actually where we have use item or use capture device. But I might keep that setup still for this tutorial, but for this section, we don't actually need to split it out. So actually all we need to do is find ourselves a area for our item to go in. So what we need to do in actuality is grab our third person character reference, and we say get inventory, get trainer inventory. And what we're going to do is we're going to, for each loop this, and we're going to say, we're going to break this information, and we're going to find if this item equals an item within our inventory. And if that comes back true, we will say, okay, this needs to be a for each loop with break, for each loop with break, and plug all of this into here instead, like so. Okay, and then what we'll do is if that comes back true, we'll set array element. We'll set that array element via this index, so this array index here from the inventory, and we will make this item here, and we'll just plug in the item name and the quantity. Item name can stay the same, but what we'll need to do is we'll actually need to take this quantity and add this quantity to it, and then we'll plug that in. This is getting a little bit messy, so just give me a second to tidy up a wee bit. If I move this down here a bit, plug that up there, and bring this up here. There you go. It seems a little bit more different now. So run through the inventory. We'll say, does it equal this item name? If it does, we set that new quantity to add this quantity to whatever the quantity of the item in the overworld was. And we make our new player element. We'll need a Boolean check here just to say item added, and we'll set that here to true, and then we can break. Once we found that item, we can break. If for whatever reason we don't find an item. First things first, sorry, I do apologize. We need to set item added to false here. And the reason for that is if we pick up one item and this gets set to and this was already set to true, and then we pick up a second item, it's going to run through this, and if it doesn't find anything, it's still going to think that it was true. So we do need to reset that to false. So item added goes into this branch. We do this check. If the item was added, we need to destroy actor, which is ourselves. We destroyed this actor. If it wasn't added, what we need to do is we need to take this trainer inventory and we need to do an add. And we're going to add, we do a make, similar thing again. We're going to add the item name and the quantity to make that new item. And that will get added to our inventory. And then we do the same thing here. We destroy the actor. And that should basically get all your items into your inventory. Now we're going to test this. Oh, one thing we do need to do is we need to expose an instance editable, the name and the quantity of both of those. And then we should be able to pick a name. So let's say Pokeball and 5. And I'm just going to save this. What I'm going to also do, just for testing purposes at this point, is we'll get our third-person character, and on what button's this? H. That looks fine to me. We'll destroy that and destroy that. We'll get our trainer inventory, plug that in, or just do a for each loop. There we go. Like so. We can destroy those two. And what we're going to do is we're going to have it print out our list of items. So break. And let's get an append. And what I want it to do is say the item name. And then just do a space and a little dot. And then the quantity. And that'll show up every time I press the H key. I'll have the duration last to 5 seconds so we can see it for a little bit longer. And then if we go back to the third person character, we've got Pokeball here for 5. What other items did I set up? I can't remember. I think I did Potion maybe. Potion, yeah, that's in there. So let's add another one of these in here, and we'll say Potion. We'll give ourselves 2 of those. But what I'll also do for testing purposes is I am going to copy and paste this. So it still has another 2 potions. Because that way, if we check again, we should have 4 potions. So let's just see if we found any bugs, and then we can fix those quickly. So let's go up here. Right. Oh. And if we pick up this one, it destroys. If I press the, was it the H key, V key? I got Pokeball 5. I now have Pokeball 5 and Potion 2. Interesting. Oh, it's because it was still active. That's why. And if I press this again, I have 4 potion and 5 Pokeballs. So that's working now for a pickup. You should be able to add as many items as you want. It shouldn't really have too much of an effect. You could put a maximum if you wanted to say you can only pick up 999. And just to show this working in multiplayer, if I do client and 2, they should be able to pick up their own individual items now. So if I get them both into a semi-decent position so we can see this working. So if I put this one up here and then grab the second one and get him to pick up some items, it shouldn't pick it up for the other player. So he's picked up his. Oh, picked up his, and the other players is still on the screen. So again, they'll be able to then just go up and pick up theirs. And you can see that they have their own individual inventory. So he's got 2 potions and 5 Pokeballs, and the other guy has got 4 potions and 5 Pokeballs. So you can see that that is all working on the multiplayer system. Again, you don't want you can have the items disappear on the server if you really want to, but you're gonna find players are gonna get annoyed because they're never gonna find any items because all the other players will grab them. Um, so it's easier to have it this way where they can only pick up their own items. And yeah, hopefully that's all working for you guys. And if not, give me a shout in the Discord. Um, all the new members who haven't joined the Discord yet, join the Discord. Let me know your YouTube channel name, and I will add you to the members section. And then you can get in contact with all the other people also working through this project, and you can riff off each other and hopefully um, figure things out as well. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for being members, and I will see you in the next episode. Much love. Take care. Bye.